A
now.
lot of stuff. Weird weather we have going on right now.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the
Hop over your
summit.
Twitch.
Go to my Twitch right now because we are live doing a podcast, as always. Let me fix this camera right here. We had made a blood pact about 2 weeks ago, and as you guys know, on the summit, we take those very seriously. And we had originally agreed to DragonMaid Season 1 in return for SpyFamily Season 1. And me being the just hard worker that I am, I just watched both seasons and the OVAs, and you know, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. Honestly, I did enjoy it a
Yep.
lot. We're gonna go episode by episode for what I have written down here, so I can give you a breakdown and fair reasoning of what I did. Going into it though, when you first told me about it, I had the only thing I had ever seen was the fight, the legendary fight from season 2 with Toru, and you're gonna have to help me with names because I'm
Elder.
not that great. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. We'll get into that fight later on, but bro, budget. They saved their budget for sure.
Dude, right. They just blew it out of the water with that one.
All right.
And it didn't even affect the overall anime. Like the rest of the anime was just as
Yeah, it was
good.
it was good, but that scene was that was like above the rest of the anime for sure. So when you originally told me to go into it, it was one that I wanted to start, but it was one of those where it was like I thought it was just gonna be titties nonstop, just everywhere. I don't know if we far enough into the podcast when you say titties like that. Um, so I think like I went into it, I thought that was all the focus was gonna be the whole time, that there was not gonna be any type of real like character building. It was just gonna be like good animation, titties, fan service, and like comedy. You know what I mean? I knew there was gonna be comedy. It was definitely funny, definitely had me dying at some parts. Um, episode 1 off rip though did almost get me to pause it, because when they were in, see, at first I thought this was gonna be like the worst of it, but now looking back, I didn't think it was that bad. But when they were in the bar and Kobayashi gets drunk, and she every time she gets drunk, she starts
Oh
like
yeah.
telling, she's like, "Yo, take that motherfucking shirt off right now, bitch. You don't even deserve to wear that shit." But then like she got actually dead ass got butt ass naked in the middle of the bar, like off rip episode 1. And I was like, fuck, was I right? But then they literally went episode 2 of season 1, perfect. No fan service at all in episode 2. And there was a cute little fight in there too. I forget what the fight was. I don't know why I didn't write down what the fight was. I don't know if you would know, but I wrote down cute fight. There's a
was
cute fight in there.
it, wa- was it? Yeah, it was when Kana. Was it when Kana and Toru were fighting with each other, but they were playing, just
Play
messing
fight. Yeah,
around.
you're right.
But
You're right.
but to Kobayashi, it looked like it was a real, like they were fighting to kill each other.
Yeah. And then
And then there was that one scene where the purse snatcher, and she just smashes him into the ground.
yeah, I love that, by the way. I think I actually have that written down somewhere around here. Episode 3, we have the cute. I wrote down cute party to avoid work, because they didn't want to go to their work party, so the only way they could do that is if they had a house party. So they had a house party.
Hmm.
That was where Toru, or not Toru, Kobayashi invited that male friend for the first time, and he came over and was chilling.
Yeah,
Toru didn't fuck with him, obviously.
Takia.
Yeah. Um, there was 3 fan service parts in that episode, but they weren't anything. I took note of every episode, but they weren't anything crazy. Obviously, if I didn't write, I just wrote 3 fan service, so that just means there's 3 little fan service things. Not anything to worry about. A little like fairy tale level fan service. You know what I'm saying? Like a little boob jiggle zoom or something. Um, so no, that was the first 3 episodes of DragonMaids. Now give me your first rundown going into SpyFamily, and your just your 1 through 10 to start it off too.
All
And this
right,
is
so
season 1 too. We're just
like
doing
I
season 1 for you right now.
yeah, this is just core one.
Yeah.
Well, like I told you, I tried watching it before, and I stopped watching it because it was right in the middle of the One Piece grind, and that took precedent over everything.
Yeah.
Since getting caught up on One Piece, though, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go back to some shows, and then we made this deal. So I was like, all right, Spy Family was one that I was probably gonna check out. So episode one, I found. So my overall score for Spy Family, I'll just say that because you said yours,
Yeah.
is probably around the same, like a 7.5.
Okay.
And there's really one main reason why, to me, it wasn't a higher score, but we'll get into that later. So, episode one, you meet Twilight.
Yeah.
You figure out he's the spy. He's the main character. Um, does a couple missions that don't really matter, and then he gets given, the big mission where he has to get married, has to have a child. Um, right. I don't really care for Twilight too much. I think he's a cute dad type character, but like, I don't know, he seems very square. Um, but then you meet Anya, and Anya's adorable. I remember thinking that when I first watched, I was like, she is
Bro,
probably the only reason I would actually watch the show. Like,
I'm
I
telling
was
you right
like,
now. So this is actually my first question is how many other children would you fucking stomp on to protect Anya?
dude, multiple children. Like,
Dude, I
I
would
would
fuck up
throw
a whole
children out the
school worth.
window. Like, drive a truck through some
She's
children for
so
her.
adorable, bro. I fucking love
Yeah,
Anya.
she is very adorable, and I love her reactions whenever because it's like it's the over what I gathered is it's like she's not reading minds all the time. It's either when she's like really focusing on it, or when there's so much going on that it just,
Yeah,
she
triggers.
can't stop it.
Yeah.
Um, so whenever she does read somebody's mind, it's always something that like shocks her, or she has some kind of reaction. And like, I love her reaction faces. She has
Yeah, the
some
best,
really,
bro.
really good reaction faces, just like how she looks shocked and like startled or whatever. Um, yeah, she's really adorable. Um, and I like the concept that she can read minds.
Yeah.
Um, so she just kind of, she knew exactly what he was looking for. He did exactly what he wanted to see, so he would be like, okay, that's job. I also like how he was like, what paperwork do I need to sign? And he's like, just take it.
Yeah, just take
Like,
the
just
fucking
take the
thing.
child.
We don't give a
Like,
fuck, bro.
that
Get out of
doesn't
here.
that's not how it works, but hey, whatever. Um and then, they're doing their cute kind of like father-daughter thing. He's like, maybe I made a mistake. Um, she finds all his spy gear, and,
Yeah.
sends out a signal, and then it's intercepted. Then she gets, kidnapped, and he comes in and smashes everybody and saves her.
Fuck them up.
And I thought that was really cute. I thought that was a very wholesome, it was predictable. I
And
knew
then he
something
tries to
like
get
that
rid
was
of
going to
her.
happen.
He tries to get rid of her
Yeah,
by playing tag to the police station.
yeah, and I was just like, man, you can't do that. And then he realized that he couldn't do that, so he had to be like, all right, let's go home.
Yeah.
I think their dynamic is really cute. I really like their
I
dynamic
love them.
together. And then episode 2 is when you meet Yor. Is it episode 2 or episode 3? Episode 2.
Uh
Episode 2?
yeah, one of them. One of them.
Yeah.
One of them there. One of them
Well,
there.
episode we'll just go to that. When they introduce Yor, I used to see pictures of her all over, and I was like, all right, whatever. But actually seeing her in the show, I'm like, yo, she's kind of bad.
Yeah, Yor
Like,
is top
she
tier, bro. Top tier female.
like I was
Finally,
like,
we got it's not a fucking lolly. It's like a mature aged woman who's not fucking useless. She's strong as shit. Like,
yeah.
I
I
fucking
was
love
like,
Yor.
something about the black hair and the red eyes. I was like, fuck with that. Okay,
Works.
I like the
Works.
eyes. Okay. And she's when she's in that assassin dress, when she
Yeah.
goes, and I like how she politely asks if she can take their life.
Yeah, I know,
Okay.
right?
It's a fun little like she's not just going in there and ripping heads off. She's kind of being somewhat polite about the fact that she's about to murder them all.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I thought she was really great. Um, her self con like the issue with her self consciousness, or like how she feels about herself is kind of like, all right, I could have done without that,
Yeah.
that characteristic of her. When she's like probably really good looking and good looking family
Yeah.
and all that stuff. You have nothing to be self-conscious about.
No.
But she has a brother, and the brother works for the opposing
Gov.
countries, basically like the CSI, or the CSI, the CIA of the other country. Um and yeah, just I thought that how they met at the laundry, the laundromat place with
Yeah.
the
Getting the clothing
Christ,
done. Yeah.
I'm having a hard time figuring out words.
I feel
Um,
you, bro. I feel you right now.
they
Trust
they
me.
meet they meet there, and they kind of just like figure out that, hey, you know what? This'll work. We can You can be my fake boyfriend to this party. Oh, but you could be my fake wife for this interview that I have with this super prestigious
Exactly.
school.
And then they can just
One
keep
of
it
them was
going.
asking a lot. One of them was asking a lot more from the other one, and the other one was asking them. I think you know which one that was.
Yeah, but
I feel like
he
Twilight
probably
was
thought
asking
he
a
was
whole lot more.
like keeping her safe, you know what I mean? Like, oh, she'll be safe. Like, I'll keep her safe. I'm the big strong dude. But then he didn't know that Yor was about that fucking life like that.
Yeah. Fuck that party that they go to. All those pieces that like she
Yeah,
goes to that she
bro.
likes
Yeah, and
from them.
they're being
Like,
such assholes, bro.
fuck her friend.
I'm glad she did
Like
that little
that.
kick
That's
move with the tray.
Yeah, that was pretty. I like when she kicks. I like when she.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at that. I like when she kicks.
It looks great. Good
Um.
form.
Yeah. Super.
Solid form.
Super good
Professional
form.
stances.
Yeah. Yeah. I really enjoyed the first, 3 episodes. I was gonna give it that, and I was gonna be like, "Ugh, I know I can push through it." But then once I got past the first 3 episodes, I was like, "Oh, this is nothing. Like, I want to watch.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see
Need to
what's
see more now of
happening."
Yor and them and Anya's cute little ass.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So all right, so now
Yeah. She's adorable.
we're gonna switch back now to Spy Family for a couple episodes because we do have more Spy Family to cover than or I mean not Spy Family, Dragon Maid, because we have more Dragon Maid than Spy Family. So this is where we actually got into some funny moments. Kana has to get ready for going to school, and they go to like pick out her book bag and everything. She picks out her big red book bag for the first time, and then also realizes that Kobayashi is like kind of poor. She like feels bad for buying the she like tries to buy the little keychain, and then realizes that it's like expensive as fuck. She's like, "Oh, let me put this back real quick."
Dude, those bags are really expensive.
Yeah,
Like no joke. They're like
bro.
$200.
But it was
Like, they're
so
they're really expensive.
it was so cute that when she wouldn't give up the bag and she was just like sitting with it, like she fell asleep on her like back with it, and her arms and shit were just like hanging over top of the fucking book bag. That shit was so fucking
Yeah.
funny. And
Let me
then
ask you a question.
yes,
How many
yes.
kids would you take out for Kana?
How many kids would I take out for Kana? I would definitely stomp
Yeah.
Boji. I would stomp Boji's teeth in for Kana for sure. But if I had to
I think
pick,
you just want to stomp Boji in
if I
with your
had to
kid
pick, I would
just
break
because.
Kana's neck in a second for Anya.
I would throw Anya off a bridge for Kana.
Damn, that's why. Well, Twilight would save her, so and Kaya could fly, so
Probably. Yeah, she's a dragon.
yeah, she'll be fine. And then following into the next episode, we had another really big funny part for me when uh Taru decides she doesn't want to stay home for the day, so she follows Kobayashi to work and stays like invisible all day and just watches her work. But then she like sees the bitch ass boss for the first time, who's like treating Kobayashi like shit, and she just starts tripping him. But then she like wouldn't let that motherfucker get up. That
Every
shit had
time
me
he stood up,
dying.
she'd keep tripping and tripping him.
Yeah, but it wasn't even like she wouldn't even let him sit up. He would get like one knee up and she would fucking swipe his knee out from under him. He wasn't even standing. That shit was
Yeah.
so fucking funny. And then like it was so obvious too that like to Kobayashi that she was there. But she didn't say
Yeah,
anything.
at
She
the
let
end of the
that shit
episode,
fly
she's
because it
like,
was so worth it.
when she walks out of the office, she's like, "Toru, are you there?"
You're
And she
there,
shows up.
right?
She's
Yeah.
like,
It
"I had a
is.
feeling."
She's like, "What, you knew?" Like, bro, obviously. Like that shit was mad obvious.
Obviously.
And that wasn't the first one. Could have got away with the first one, but so then this is where we get into the cringy part. This is one of the harder episodes for me to watch for DragonMaid. Episode 6, I have Lolly cringe, which is when Kana and she meets her new friend who she wants a connection like
Psycho.
yeah, she wants a connection like Kobayashi and fucking Toru. So she decides she's gonna find
Yeah,
one somehow, and that was like, bro.
I thought that was a little much too. I didn't care.
Some
for
episodes worse
that.
than others. Valentine's Day episode. I'm looking at you.
Yeah,
OVA. That should be scrubbed off the internet.
It's funny because it has like two running jokes. It has like the Shotacon joke, and then it has like this lolly joke.
The Shota one is actually funny
at
though.
the same time.
The Shota one was actually funny though. And when they did that later on in like I don't know how many episodes it is, but they do that later on where Kobayashi gets a dick because the other demon, the other dragon comes in and gives her a dick for the day. And Toru's trying to fuck.
That was in season 2.
Yeah. So I didn't mind it that much in that episode when they do that, but the lolly one in this episode was crazy too much, and then the Valentine's Day OVA was illegal.
I never cared for that particular.
Oh, and then this is also when they introduced the little kid with his dragon that he summoned, whose entire purpose of existence is just fat titties. So I wasn't a fan of hers. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of hers at all because I hate characters that are like that. Like I don't mind, like Toru has fan service, but she has a purpose in the anime. So I don't mind it when it's like that. And that's how Fairy Tail is too, is like Lucy, Urza, they all have fan service moments, obviously fucking mad beach episodes and shit, but they have a purpose in the anime. Where Luca's whole purpose was just big titties, or I'm gonna make this little kid as uncomfortable as possible in this short amount of time.
That's the Shotacon joke because his name is actually Shota.
Shota, yeah.
And he's a little boy, and she's a grown woman who's like constantly like all up in this boy.
Extra,
so there you
bro.
have the Shotacon aspect.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought when you said that, I don't know why I thought you meant like Toru having a dick all the time, pretending her tail's a penis. Because she does that like the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, I like the moments where he's like dreaming and he's like he feels like he can't breathe, and then it goes to real life and his face is just like
dude getting snuggled. I know.
He's like suffocating.
There's moments that I like them, and there's moments that I like her even in the anime, but then it's just most of the time it's just uncomfortable every time they're on the screen. Like when she plays volleyball and shit like that, that was fine. Like she was fun in those episodes.
There's a couple figures of her that I don't want just because of how they position it, and like I don't know, just something about her. I like her hair color and whatnot, but like I don't like the huge tits.
It's too much. Her design would be fine if they didn't draw so much attention to it, but it's the fact that her entire existence in the anime is to just be titties. Yeah. Episode 7 also starts off with a beach episode. So I wasn't a fan of that. So you can just skip that whole first half, little beach episode right there. But the second half of the episode was actually pretty good because that's when you see Fafnir trying to sell his curses, and he couldn't fucking sell any of these curses, but they were like real curses to fucking murder people.
Yeah,
And
I thought the whole Cat thing was actually really like an interesting thing to throw in there because it's a real convention, like it's a real
yeah,
thing.
and I love that they had actual monsters there too that were like, oh, we're like
Yeah,
people just think we're in a cosplay right now, but we're actual monsters. And
and then
Toru
they
could
found
like
out
go
that
as her
Toro is
like
an
yeah
actual
with her
dragon,
yeah exactly. I love that.
and they're like, oh shit, she's gonna eat us.
Um, so around episode 8 here is when I checked out the dub for the first time. I decided I want to hear both. Obviously, I want to check both out. The dub was not that bad at all. The only
It's
one
not. It's really actually not.
I wasn't a big fan of Kana's because you could tell it like I would have rather them have just got a little kid than have got an adult who tries to sound like a cute child, you know what I mean? By like muffling her voice and like making the cute little like yeah, it was like but I loved Toru's dub was great. Kobayashi's dub was great. Everyone else's dubs were perfectly fine. Even Big Titty Bitch, her dub was fine. Fat Veneers was good. Um,
Fafnir's a good character.
yeah, I did enjoy him as a character for sure. We actually just got him in the
I
Discord the
like.
other day as a one of those TCG cards.
Oh, nice.
I was like,
Yeah,
hell yeah, I knew who he was now.
I like his dragon design too. Like his mouth, like it looks
Yeah,
like
dude, all of
weird
their
on
dragon
it, but
designs
like
were sick, bro.
yeah, they did some good. They did some good good animation with their dragons.
But they ended up having a cooking competition that episode in episode 8, and I liked
Oh
that.
yeah,
And then for some reason I have
the lunch.
a little bit cooking comp little lit, but of course more fan service enters to return Taru. Why did Taru left or something? First, I can't remember why.
Yeah, because at on dish 3 they were like, oh, she's like, I'm gonna go and get special ingredients. So
Oh
she got
yeah, that's right.
ingredients from
Bro,
her
she kept
world,
trying to cheat
and
and feed
then
the tail too. I forgot about that. She kept trying to
the
cheat.
tail is one of the best running jokes in that. One of my only plushies is actually a Toru tail.
Just a tail, really? That's sick actually.
Just yeah, just the tail, and the one side looks like a cut tail, so it looks like meat.
Oh really? Like they cut it in half for you? That's
Yeah,
sick. I love that.
yeah.
Oh, and then this is the one, bro. This is the episode that must have got me because I have written down for episode 9 track day episode that made me hate the big titted pointless character for no other reason at all. Did like the track win with the Kana clutch? Oh yeah, I did fuck with her friend that she like was trying to be Toru and Kobayashi with, like sucks at the baton thing. She drops it, and then Kana comes through at the end and clutches the race for like the
That's the
400-meter dash.
that's the lol. That's her like little lolly lover, the one that like is in love with her.
Yeah, yeah, I know. But that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah,
like that they
that was a good race.
I like that she pulled through first. She like without because I was worried at first that she was gonna while out and just pull some dragon shit like how Toru did that like fast ass one step. I was like, damn, she about to get kicked out of
Yeah,
the
right.
school right now. So you want to head back over to Spy Family now? Then
Yeah.
where were you at? Where were you at?
So I'm around episode. So well, let's go off like episode 4 or 5.
Well, what do you
So
think of their proposal?
uh,
What do you think of the proposal with the bomb going off? The grenade went off, and then he gave her the ring behind the thing when they were fighting in the alley. It's like his first time seeing. It's both
oh
their first time seeing they
when
can fight.
they both were kind of and they're both kind of like wondering about each other, and then he has the ring, and then he drops it.
Yeah,
And yeah, I
he
thought
uses the grenade pin.
uh that was very James Bond-ish. Like that I feel like all of that is exactly how James Bond would propose to somebody. Like
I remember
it was
when that happened in the
no, go
anime
on.
world, Twitter. When that happened in the Twitter world, they lost their minds, bro. They were trying to tell everybody that that was the best anime proposal that have ever existed in anime proposals. And I thought it was good, but I thought it was
I mean, I
definitely
can't really
overhyped on the internet.
I don't really remember a lot of other anime proposals, to be honest.
Really?
So I mean, can you think of any? Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't really pay attention all that much.
That you see directly on screen.
Mhm.
Ed and oh fuck, what's her name? I'm blanking right now. The blonde girl, Winry. When he proposed to her before getting on the train, and he ties in
Oh,
alchemy into the
yeah.
proposal. That's cuter than the bomb going
Oh,
off
yeah,
in the
yeah,
background, than the
okay.
random grenade.
Yeah, that I remember that. It just seemed like a lot, like, there was a l it was all it it worked out too nicely,
Yeah, it
but
always
it
seems
was
like
cute.
that.
For what for what it was, it was really cute. The thing that like, I really want to probably what really made me like this show is actually really good was the castle. The
Yeah, dude, I
the
love
make
that.
believe her getting kidnapped, and I just love how they brought in all the different spies and agents, and they just came rushing in helicopters, boats, like parachutes, like they were coming full on, and just the amount of stuff that was happening for for Twilight to get to her was it was too much, but
Yeah,
it was just right.
dude, the
Like it
ball. I
it,
love the little guns
it
they
was
had.
like the little ball
Yeah,
shooters.
the little ball shooter guns
I
to
thought
keep
it
the
was
action
so
going.
cute. I just
The news guy was like the
like it shows
he was the main bad
the
guy.
bad guy.
Yeah.
The yeah, I just thought it was so like it I felt like if Twilight hadn't actually didn't actually end up caring about her, he wouldn't have,
Done
played
all
around
that.
with that. But you could see that he was like, "Oh, I'm getting you could tell he was like this is kind of stupid, but then he was getting into it. But then when you're kind of
Yeah.
cuz she can't handle her alcohol. So, she has like one glass of wine and she turns into the, assassin
So
mode,
yeah, just starts
and she
rampaging,
basically
bro.
just he's just like, fight him, and she just goes full, like right to 100, just right at him, and he's like, "Holy crap, is she actually trying to kill me?" like
Yeah, cut his
like
cheek on that first fucking
it's
swipe. Try to leave hurricane
yeah,
that motherfucker.
God, she is such a badass.
I love
Like
her.
she really really is.
Bro, and then when her
Um
heel broke was so fucking adorable when her heel broke and she was just napping then.
Yeah, she just like fell on the ground and was just asleep. I think the aspect of her not being able to hold her alcohol is pretty funny.
Yeah, I love
Like
it.
it's just the little thing that little thing that they threw in there because she kind of seems Russian, so they're like, oh, it'll be funny because she's like Russian and she can't hold her alcohol.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so that was really cute. I liked I really liked their family dynamic. I like that they each have, yours an assassin, Twilight's a spy, Anya's a telepath, and the only one that knows the truth is Anya.
Yeah.
But none of the other, like he doesn't know she's a spy. She doesn't know she's a telepath. Like it's just funny how at a certain point you're like, okay, when are you gonna sit down and have a family meeting and just say, hey, this is.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think that would have just made everything go so much smoother?
Well, she's
Like,
probably just
hey,
so
just FYI,
anxious. Like Anya, you know what I mean,
like
to tell them.
like it I all it's one of my biggest pet peeves when there's like something going on and nobody communicates things. Like I hate that. Just
You don't like the
communicate.
suspense. You don't like having to wait for it.
I don't like
The
waiting.
anxiety
Just
of
tell
waiting
them
for when it comes out.
everything would go everything will go smooth. Um One of my favorite characters in the show is the old guy with the monocle in the college.
Yes, I
How
love
he just
him.
wants everything elegant. I
Yeah.
think he's so funny, and it pissed me off when they when they were in that meeting, and that one fat guy is just like, "Oh, don't you miss your real mom?"
Yeah,
And
dude. Oh my god, I was
talking,
so
just
mad.
being a
Oh,
fucking dildo.
yeah, what a
And
bitch, bro. What a fat bitch.
seriously, and then like when Twilight punches the table. He's like, "There was a
I
mosquito there."
love that. And then Yor too. Yor was about to fucking slice his ass up too. He's about to
Yeah,
get. He was so
and then when
fucked.
the and then at the end, that old guy just turns around, just flatlines him, just lays him out.
As he
Yeah,
should, and
I was like,
he got in trouble for that too. But then that leads us to
yeah, I was
him
like,
being the
thank you for that.
fucking. It leads us to us him being the teacher then for us, right? He becomes Anya's
Yep.
like supervising teacher, sorta. So
So
we're hold on, we're
he,
gonna pause Spy Family there. We're gonna pause Spy Family there. We're gonna do the next part of Dragon Maid.
I think
Um,
you're coming up towards the end of season 1.
yes, I am. Episode 10. Um, people impressed by the CGI. Oh yeah, so I said that I enjoyed the episode. It was a good episode. There was obviously what's her name, Titty's bitch was in it, so there's fan service in it. But I did enjoy the episode, and that the old people were impressed by the CGI. They thought all that shit was fake the whole time.
Oh yeah, yeah. The pageant.
Yeah, the pageant.
That shit was wild.
Love that shit. It was funny as fuck. But they're like, "Wow, this is really great CGI here.
They're
Wow."
using like real magic and all
Yeah,
kinds of
but
stuff.
of course,
Real
Taru goes
explosions.
takes it way too fucking far.
Of course, I love her.
And then episode 11, we have a block party for the New Year's. So it was really cute, but nothing big, super nothing crazy happens, other than big titty woman running around a whole bunch again. Um,
I think for the most part that episode, like because it was New Year's, it was New Year's Day, going to the shrine, praying, seeing. It was just it was cute that just kind of had this friend family dynamic, that they were all there. They all fell asleep in the living room.
yeah,
The
I agree
kids
with you,
fell asleep, and they all
100%.
woke up and they saw the sunrise. And again, it's nothing a lot happening. It's just,
Yeah,
be
just a
fun.
nice chill episode. That's what I'm saying. Like when I say nothing happens, I don't mean that in like a derogatory, like nothing happens, it was a waste. I mean that in the sense of like it was chill, it was relaxed, like nothing happened other than like what I mean, like there wasn't any like. I mean, I guess there would be character building in the sense of like Kobayashi went from having an empty home, you know what I mean, from one year to the next year having a full fucking house of motherfuckers,
Yeah, no kidding.
let alone be dragons. Like she didn't have regular ass people over. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was still a good episode. But I really loved the next episode, the season finale of season 1. It shows us Kobayashi and how she came across Toru with the sword, and she was drunk as fuck because her manager was being a bitch, and she stumbled into the fucking forest, and Toru had the sword in her leg, and Kobayashi pulled it out for her. That was for you, chat. Kobayashi pulled it out for her, and then they just like were vibing. They had that the omelet rice that's super popular over there in Japan, and no fan service the whole episode too. And then that's where they just literally chilled, ate, drank, hung out, and then the next morning she followed her back. Well, followed her scent. I'm assuming it was probably followed her scent back to her apartment. And that's where season 1, episode 1 picks up.
So what? So I got a couple. Okay, I'll wrap up. I'll wrap up Spy Family.
No, don't wrap up SpyFamily yet, because I want to wrap up DragonMaid 1 first.
Okay.
Because there's something happens in Spy Family 2 that I know where it's going to be a couple minute thing because it's such a phenomenal episode. You probably already know the episode I'm talking about, but so episode 13, Taru is forced home and Kobayashi stands up for her, even when there's like there's a dope little dragon v dragon fight that I did fuck with as well. I loved all of those like Godzilla type like colossal dragon fights. Even when she fought what'd you say the other girl's name was? Emma? The like
Elma.
Elma, yeah. I loved their dragon fight when back in the day in the flashback. I fucked with that heavy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
I love Toru's dragon form.
yeah,
Like,
I fuck with it too.
it's cool.
I think Elma's is probably my favorite dragon form. I really like that like Loch Ness serpent type dragon form. Either that or
It really
Fafnir's. Fafnir's is disgusting. His is
Yeah.
like a cave dweller for sure, like they said. Yeah.
His is something you would expect to find in the bowels of a dungeon or something like that.
Yeah. So then the next episode is when we find starting off season DragonMaid 2 season 1. We're going to do this right here. We're going to get halfway through season 2 and then we're going to finish off SpyFamily and then we'll finish off DragonMaid. Season 2, the maid cafe, how do you pronounce this woman's name? Ilu? Is that right?
Lulu.
Ilulu? All right. Ilulu versus Toru was lit, but then the little like Ilulu part was a little bit cringe, you know what I'm saying? But my girl Toru won. Obviously, she's always gonna win. I do fuck with Toru heavy, by the way. Like, I know you said that's your favorite. That's your favorite girl, right? Toru.
Oh yeah, hands down.
She's definitely. I wouldn't say my favorite, but she's in my top 10.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to season 3. I'm looking forward to season 3.
You know what? And I'm not even disappointed with that. Like, you know, the fact that she cracked your top 10.
Yeah.
That's
that's
enough for me.
I have a very particular type of woman, and like 02 is in my top 5. Boa, yeah, Boa is one of them. My top. Nico Robin, obviously the One Piece female is automatically like a given. Like, I even gotta say anything else about One Piece females got the best females, but
that is
yeah. So I fuck with Toru. I like how like adorable she is, just down to like help and please to Kobayashi. I like that she can cook because she is a good cook when she's making regular shit. Kobayashi is a little she's a little ungrateful when it comes to the cooking, if we be honest.
Yeah. There's a couple times where I'm like, come on, you're
yeah, bro, suck it up a little bit. Yeah, what if that shit's good? It regrows. It regrows. Yeah, you like a finest steak in the world, bro.
She even said she could take the poison out, so you know it's perfectly edible.
And then this is when we got to the next episode, is the Kobayashi gets a penis episode. That's because Ilu decides she's going to bring out the worst in Kobayashi to show Toru how bad humans are and how they only give a fuck about lust and shit like that. And it doesn't work out, and instead it just makes Kobayashi's life hell because Toru is just trying to fuck all day long. And it backfired on Ilu because then it pissed off Toru, thinking that Ilu was the one trying to fuck Kobayashi.
Kind of funny.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the little snippet scene where it shows her as a cat.
Yeah.
And Kana's playing with her, and like Mary's just about to fucking lose it because she's never seen something so adorable. Like that shit's that's burned into my brain.
Yeah. Episode 3, we have that this is the episode that Toru tries to figure out what her like hobby could be. That she's just like running around trying to figure out what she could be interested in. And the one thing that I did really like in it was the guitar solo when she goes into what's his name's house.
Just shreds.
Yeah, and she's like, I don't know if I can do this, and it just fucks it all up. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I thought that whole scene was funny. Like, she goes up to the woodworker and she carves this like miraculous statue, and he's like, "Are you sure this is your first time?" And
yeah.
She goes to
he's like, boring.
And just fucking shreds it to the point where he's like, his mind's blown.
And then what did she make for the baker neighbor? I can't remember.
I can't remember, but something where she was like, "Are you sure this is the first time you've cooked or baked or something?" Like she's like miles ahead skill wise than any of those people. Just because she's a dragon.
So after that, we get into the episode where Toru gets asked to be a security guard for the town because she's such a badass and clapped up that other robber, and she gets joined by Elma, who is Elma's what kind of dragon is she? Toru's chaos. What is she?
She's Harmony.
Harmony dragon, yeah. So she wanted to tag along just because she was fucking mind blown that a chaos dragon was doing something to protect humans instead of fucking destroy them. And then this is when we got the funniest fucking moment ever when there's only one moment funnier than this, and it's literally the same exact scene anyway. But it's when Toru runs up on these thugs, and this is before Alma joins her. She runs up on these thugs, and the thugs are like, "Hey, you ladies better get the fuck out of here, blah, blah," and they run up on her, and she just holds her pinky out and just like taps him, and it fucking collapses his like whole spine. And,
Just like right away, just drops to the ground.
like literally, there was like no animation. She literally was just like boop, and he just fucking like dies. I love that shit because she can't like show her power, but like that show is fucking great. And then, as we already mentioned previously, Episode 5 is when we got Toru and Elma fighting in their god forms, or in their dragon forms, when Elma was telling all the humans she was a god just so she could get desserts and watermelon and shit
Just
like
so she
that.
can get food.
And I don't blame her,
Like,
honestly. I don't
yeah,
blame her
I
for that.
mean, hey, you gotta respect the hustle.
100%, bro. If the food looked good, which it did, worth it. I'm a dragon, bro. I'll fucking kill everyone here. Like, make me food.
Like,
Yeah.
I could eat you. You might as
Y'all
well
can
give
make.
me
I might
half
as well
food.
be a god. Y'all can't breathe fire, so technically I'm a god. um, Episode 6, I just put hella fan service, skip. So I don't remember what happened in episode 6, but apparently it was straight up fan service the whole time. Do you recall episode 6? I don't recall that at all.
6. I don't remember that episode.
Um, Episode 7, and then after this one right here, we will go back to SpyFamily and wrap SpyFamily up. Well, core 1 SpyFamily up. Episode 7 was Kana Shoe Soccer and Ghost School. Finds weird ass buff. What? Oh, Kana caught that buff ass fairy that was just like, she just went to the school to have like a ghost day with her friends. And that fucking buff ass fairy is just flying around fucking shit, like running into shit.
It's so funny too, because nowhere else in the show was that ever talked about, or was it talked about before. It was just like, oh hey, here's a fairy, and it's
Yeah.
like fucking super ripped,
Jacked as shit, dressed like a fucking like Cupid out of nowhere.
It reminded me of the mice from season 2 of Demon Slayer. Like
Yeah, I feel you.
those buff mice.
Yeah. So with that, we will, because we only got like 3-4 episodes left, so we'll let you wrap up SpyFamily. So you picked up where they finally get into the school. So Anya finally gets into school, and day 1 she rocks our boy in the face. That little fuck bitch.
That was hilarious, dude. That kid's an asshole.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck that kid. Everything he stands for.
When she lays him out, that was, I remember seeing that on like Twitter and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. But then when you actually like watch the episode, you're like, yeah, fuck that kid.
It's like when you watch Luffy punch the celestial dragon out. Way more like, impact.
Yeah, I laughed my ass off at that scene. I liked how just nothing was going right like it was just all bad.
Yeah,
like everything was just going wrong.
I felt so bad for her.
Yeah, I knew that she knows that she shouldn't have done that, but like, I also like how the head teacher was like, oh, she was just protecting her friend. So elegant.
Yeah,
like,
so
how is that elegant?
He's like, fuck yes, that's my girl right there. What a hero!
The shit out of this kid. All right, that's cool. Whatever. I will say that's the only aspect of the show that I didn't like. I didn't care. I didn't need the school part. I didn't
really. I love the school part, bro. How are you gonna say that when they gave us the best episode of the whole series?
Well, okay. What episode is the best episode?
Keep going on your list. Do you have more notes?
All right. Yeah. Well, these are all in my head.
Got you.
For some reason, I didn't take notes. It's because I think I watched them so
Well, I mean, it's only 12 episodes, so yeah, like.
Yeah, it's really hard to put all that down.
Yeah, I just wanted to differentiate season 1, 2, and OVAs.
So to just wrap it up, what episode are we on? We're on where he laid him out. I thought it was funny how the kid now has feelings for her. I thought that was like, he's trying to figure out like dude, you have like, this girl just laid you out and now you're hard for her. Like, just you're into that. You wanted to, like, he's got feelings for her now. He's trying to figure out you know, but he's doing that typical tough guy, like, oh fuck her, but in his head he's like, I love her, you know, and it was like, all right, just you know, say your piece. The dodgeball scene was pretty. The dodgeball
That's the
episode,
episode, bro. That's the best episode in
that
this series.
when when they like look at that kid who is a full grown man, you
Yeah.
know, um, and he's just
Daddy.
like. Like he's just yeah, dude. Like I like when it shows him practicing and it shows the dad. Dude's like a fucking mountain.
I know,
Um,
dude.
yeah, and all the kids are like, yeah, we're fucking dead. And he just like takes everybody out, and then it's Anya and that one kid, and he throws the ball, and that little boy jumps in, sacrifices himself, and she's
Yeah.
like, she basically is like, I'll avenge you. And then she go back to like the flashback of the training that she did with Yor.
Yeah, I
I
love
did
it.
like all the training montages that
With
that Yor
your,
and Anya did
yeah.
together. And I like how she's an assassin, but she can throw a dodgeball to the point where it dents
It
a
like
light
put a
pole and takes
hole,
down
yeah.
trees.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, all right, that training must be pretty intense.
Broken.
But I like when Anya's like, "Oh, my special move," and she like prepares the special move, and the animation makes it just seem like, dude, she's about to launch him.
Yeah.
Like that dude's about to just get it right to the face, laid out, game done, and then it just stops, and she throws the ball, and it
It
just
goes fucking nowhere at all. Yeah.
it just flatlines right in midair,
I
and then
love
he
that.
just bam takes her out.
But bro,
I
even like
was like, oh my god.
even before that, when he goes to throw that curveball and he's like, no matter which way you dodge, you're fucking done, blah blah blah. And then she just like doesn't move at all. It just whizzes right past
She's just
her.
like slightly moving to like, and is she reading my attacks? Like,
I
nah,
love
dude,
it, bro.
she's
But
reading your mind.
that first daddy, that shit sent me.
That I could fuck with that character. He was just so just unnecessary, but
Yeah.
like it made that little part in that episode just
So
perfect.
much, yeah, so much funnier. It added like the just the right amount of comedy we needed for the dodgeball episode to not be garbage.
Yeah, I the best part though is that like anticipation. She's powering
Yeah,
up to
they
throw that,
put
and it just
animation in it.
dies. Yeah, I remember actually watching that like four times. I like rewound it and I was like, I want to watch that again because that shit was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Like it just stopped. Um, but yeah, where are we at now? I mean, I'm trying to like rack my brain, kind of. So the show it had a lot of cuteness. It really did. But one thing I did notice about it is there was a lot of things that just really weren't that memorable
Yeah,
compared to the scenes that I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna remember that. Like the castle scene, the dodgeball. Like those scenes are, memorable scenes. But for the most part, I did okay. About to skip something that should not be skipped. Um the brother and Twilight meeting
yeah,
when that brother has some kind of weird complex. I'm just gonna say that
yeah.
he definitely
He
has
got
some.
like
He,
people were talking. We were
he's
talking
got
about
some
that in your
syscon.
Discord. Yeah, that syscon
Yeah,
thing going on.
there's definitely some syscon coming off of him. But
Yeah,
like I like when he shows up and he has this humongous bouquet of roses. And I remember a particular scene, which I'm sure you might not have even thought about. But when he gives her the flowers and she puts it in this teeny tiny little vase
yeah.
and puts it on the table, I'm like, I just remember thinking, how did you squeeze that into that little vase?
She just crushed him,
Like,
bro. She just crushed him with her bare
she
hands.
just like,
You saw how she threw that. You
just
saw how she threw that fucking volleyball. That
yeah,
force in her fucking fingers. She's crushed them together. They fused at
just like
a molecular
I
level.
just remember thinking like that's pretty funny that they. I wonder if anybody else caught that.
Yeah,
But I also really enjoyed how when he was talking about that wine and where he got it, and Twilight was asking him questions, or like, oh, do they still have this or whatever. He realizes, oh, this conversation is from, you know, the guidebook. Like, this is a generic
Yeah,
conversation.
from their exact
And
shit to try to track my
yeah,
ass.
so he knew everything about that. So he knew what to answer, he knew
I
what to
love that
say.
little
So
mind game, bro.
yeah, I really like the brother and Twilight together. That brother is an idiot. Like, he is an idiot. Um, and I like how when they're like, dishing out the wine, he's like, "Yor, you don't get any wine." She's like, "I understand."
Yeah, she's like,
No,
makes sense, makes sense.
you take yeah, you take one drink and you're gonna kill everybody in this house. Um, but yeah, I like that. I thought it was cute. I thought how, at the end he was like, I'm never gonna, approve this, but he's a good guy, kind of thing. Um, yeah, I like the brother. Um, I didn't like the aspect of, how he was, how Twilight was stalking.
Yeah,
Remember the scene where he started having doubts about her, and he started like stalking her, kind of seeing what she was doing, and then him and the Afro info guy dressed up as, agents, and they
yeah,
started harassing her and stuff. I was like, that's a little too far. Like, I didn't really care for that. Um, yeah, I didn't really vibe with that whole scene.
yeah. I feel you.
Um, I'm glad that he felt bad afterwards, because, obviously she's genuine, and she's also kind of stupid in a way.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
she has no idea that, her brother does what he does. She has no concept of what's really happening. Um, but I her level of, self-doubt that she has, um is, I'm hoping that in season 2 that kind of, you know it kind of drops that aspect of her,
Yeah.
and she starts being a lot more confident in herself, because she's bad as shit. um and, I'm hoping that they do that in part
Well,
2.
honestly, in
um
part two is going to be a lot more of. They're going to introduce two new characters that seem to be pretty important, and it's going to focus on them a lot. And
isn't it it's a woman. I kind of know a little bit about the characters that they're going to introduce.
it's the woman and the dog are like the two biggest ones in the next season. Dog's
Oh
super
yeah,
important
the dog
character.
too.
Yeah.
Is
Those
it
are
the
definitely the
dog?
two biggest ones.
Because the dog can see in the future.
Yeah.
Because why not?
And Anya can read. Well, it does explain it. You'll see why. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
an
I
experimented
I
dog.
I like the pound episode.
Yeah.
Where they're like walking around the dogs and stuff, and then you have this tiny little fucking dog
Yeah.
just in kennels full of, like, vicious dogs. Yeah, I look forward to that. Yeah. So wherever we are, my brain's kind of losing it on
Well,
exactly
that's pretty
how
much
the episodes are
where
turning.
you're at total for Spy
I
Family.
I en- I did like it. I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to. Like I said, I dropped the manga because I just lost interest. But I did. I enjoyed this immensely. I thought it was very cute. I can get over the whole assassin spy thing, because that's really what drove me away from it.
Yeah,
Because of the cute family dynamic that, is
Anya and
included.
them all have together.
Yeah, that's definitely, for me, what kept me around. I didn't really care for the missions or the school thing. Really, what I wanted to see more is like them being together,
Like their park
doing things
days
as
when
a
they went out to
family.
the picnic and shit like that.
Yeah, well, when they like when they went to when that purse snatcher grabbed that old lady's purse,
Yeah, and Yor
and
went
Yor
after
just
his
fucking
ass.
just takes off, and because Anya can't read minds, she was able to figure out, where who it
Which one
was,
was the purge
and then
snatcher? Yeah.
instead of saying, "Oh, look, there he is," she's like, "Hey, I want peanuts or a donut, or I think it was a donut or
Yeah.
something like that." And Twilight looks at the store, and then the guy's right there, and he recognized him. So he was able to take him down.
Yeah, I fucked with
So
that.
I even that I was like, okay, I can deal with that because
Well,
they're
then
doing it as a
you'll be
family.
happy because there's a lot more of that in season 2. Them doing
Yeah,
shit as a family, teamwork on
I
accident
want
type teamwork.
I want more. Oh, that seems to be how, and that's what bothers me. Just tell each other what's going on.
Well, Anya's afraid because she doesn't want to get fucking abandoned again.
Yeah, she's so adorable.
I know. I
She really
fucking love
is.
her so goddamn much.
She's a very very cute character.
So I think
She just
the
wants a home.
the only things you have left to rate yet for Spy Family are the opening and the outro.
Um, I liked the animation of the opening. I really
Yeah.
did. I like how it came in with the car, basically flying out of a building or whatever. It gave me very like a lot of like Dick Tracy vibes.
Yeah.
You know, um, yeah, I love the use of the colors, and the song is a really good song.
I like when
Um,
they switch back to the regular animation too
yeah,
for that
that
intro
I
song.
definitely it's not really a song that I'd have on a playlist
Uh huh.
per se, but if it popped up and I was listening to it, I wouldn't change the song. Now the ED, that song slapped. I really like that one. It had a
Ah.
nice, calm, relaxing feel to it. I would definitely have that one. Actually, I think I do have it on a playlist. Actually, yeah, it was a good ED. I liked it.
Hell yeah. So with that, we are going to switch back and finish up Dragon Maid. So we were on episode 8 of Dragon Maid, and Toru. This is actually probably my favorite episode in the whole fucking thing. Probably this or the next one. But Toru has to go find medicine to help with Kobayashi's cold that she has, and she goes to the other world to like frantically try to find the medicine to cure her right away. And Illumi ends up going out and trying to find that doll owner that was like given up on, and she like is out in the rain and gets stuck by herself. But she's with that grandson's or that grandma's grandson who's like taking watching over her, trying not to fuck her. Which just do it, bro. Just fucking do it at
You
this
know,
point.
the voice actor for that character is the same Japanese voice actor for Zenitsu from Demon Slayer.
As who? The
Zenitsu.
grandson.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I believe that.
You don't hear him screaming, so you can't
Yeah.
hear
So
it.
you can't really tell, but I loved the when she brought him back when Toru comes home with the medicine from the other world, and she went through like some fucking bullshit to get that medicine, them 3 little beans or whatever, and then it heals her, but then it turns into a fucking cat the next day. She has like whiskers and cat
Yeah.
ears.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed
Yeah.
that episode a lot. It showed like the Kobayashi like actually genuinely giving a fuck about Toru and like the shit she went through. Like you could very see that she was like fucked up getting that shit. And then the next episode is when we get that legendary ass fight between Toru and Elma, and that shit was just that episode's fire, fucking good ass episode. I remember that shit got put up for fight of the year at one point. It was
Yeah.
up there. I did it
That was
win?
actually that. No,
I
it
can't remember
wait.
if it won or
No,
not. It
no,
was.
it
I know it was
didn't.
nominated though,
Yeah, it was nominated.
because that was the
I
first
remember.
time I ever saw Dragon Maid, and I was like, damn, maybe I kind of gotta watch this shit.
Yeah, I can't remember actually who won that one, but I remember I voted for. Obviously, I voted for that one. Yeah, the animation for that one was just like top level. Like
They saved their
they
budget.
yeah they blew yeah they definitely blew their budget on that
Yeah,
one.
they had saved it all season 2 just for that one episode. They knew about it. They knew what they were doing. Um, Episode 10, we have Kana beats dude. Kana does the same exact. This is the other funny scene I was telling you about, where Kana does the same exact finger move as Toru when she's out exploring the city with her new rich friend. When she flies to New York
When she's
City because they like
when
got in
she
a
flies to
fight.
New York, yeah.
Yeah, she got in a fight with Kobayashi and flies to New York City, and then meets her witch or her rich friend, and then like goes explore around the city with her, and they try to get jumped, and she hits them with that fucking pinky move again and knocks out all them gang members.
Well, it's like the mafia kind of. I
Yeah,
think that's kind of what they were like.
yeah,
And
they
the
kidnapped
rich
her for the
girl's
money.
yeah, because the rich girl's dad is part of like something I can't remember, so they were just trying to get money out of
Yeah, he was like the
them.
fucking president or some shit.
And Kana just fucked them up. Like when she turns into her dragon form, and she's just like right there in front of all of them, and just destroys
I
them
love that
all.
trope. They did that like 4 times in the series, where like they opened the door and it's a whole ass dragon just at the fucking door.
Mhm. It's like a
Fafnir did
face
that.
or an eye.
He showed up at the party like that in the earlier season 1.
Yep.
Um, and then finally, to wrap up the rest of the season, we get to hear about Toru's upbringing, told by her father to Kobayashi, and that he didn't want her to be brought up on the same principles that all humans are fucking bitches, and that whatever, because that Illumina got fucked over and Toru had originally got messed with, and so he just let her have her own free will pretty much, and that led to how she is now. I fucked with
Led to
that though. I
her
like the backstory.
It led to her taking on a god by herself.
Yeah, exactly. And I appreciated the like civilness of them both, like just chilling together, like relaxing, like her and Kobayashi, or him and Kobayashi.
Well, it's funny how characters kind of tie in with each other. Like the president or the CEO of Kobayashi's company is a mage who
Yeah.
is also the father of the Shota kid, and he knows Toru's dad, and like it all just kind of intertwines together.
Yeah, I
So it
loved
was
it.
kind of like, oh, it was an interesting. But yeah, when he's going through Toru's life and her upbringing and stuff, and yeah, there was some good moments.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, little baby Walker here was having a nightmare beside me. He was just running in his sleep on the ground while he's laying on his side. You alright, bud?
Just chasing bunnies.
He's just trying to fucking dip. You can go back to sleep now. You can go back to your dream now. But yeah, so that pretty
So
much.
what are the
What's up? Go ahead, go ahead. Yeah, bang these
go ahead.
questions out you got for me.
All right. I got a couple questions.
I'm down. I'm down.
So what was your first initial impression of Kobayashi? Like when you met
After
her?
watching it.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
like
okay.
as you were watching it, what was your first initial impression of her
Um,
character, how she acted?
I like Kobayashi a lot because I'm like kind of the same way, where like when I'm at work, I'm vibing, doing my own thing, like not paying attention, really doing anything. And like I give off this persona of like when I'm online doing like streaming and podcasting and stuff, I'm very interactive, and like I love to talk to people and shit like that. But like when I'm in person, just like out, I don't look approachable. I don't look like someone you would just come up to and be like, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" or anything like that. Like I look pissed off and upset all the time, and that's kind of how she was. Like, that gave off the same vibes, where she's just chilling, just wants to just work and go home and drink and chill, and that's it, and like just keep doing that. She's trying to live a simple life, and I appreciated that. So I liked Kobayashi. Kobayashi and Toru, I didn't need any convincing for. I liked both of them pretty much almost immediately. And Fafnir.
And Fafnir, yeah, I always liked Fafnir. I thought he was a great
Yeah, I
character.
fucked with Fafnir off rip
Um,
too.
so I got a couple more. Um, what were your initial thoughts going into the show before you started watching it compared to how they are now?
Um, It is less fan service than I thought it was going to be, for sure. I thought the entire thing was going to be just all titties nonstop. When in realistically, it's just pretty much just when that one girl is on the screen. It really is not fan servicey unless that one girl is on the fucking screen. So like,
Yeah.
Even with a Lulu, they're not that bad with it. Like they do it, but it's not that fucking bad with it. And Lulu has a point, at least to the story, outside of just being that.
Yeah. Yeah, Lukua is just kind of like big tits.
It's
Big
literally
tits.
like it's when her tits aren't bouncing around, she's making me uncomfortable with the fucking mage kid. So it's like literally every time
Right.
she was on the screen, I was like, "Come on, bro."
Like, I could do without this for
I,
sure.
I would say
All
if you
right.
took her out of if you took her completely out of the anime, that would bump it up to like probably an 8 or an 8.5 for me. The anime as a total, like that would give it restored a full
She
point almost.
she I liked um like I said, I liked her face design, her eyes, her hair color and everything, the horns.
Yeah,
But yeah, the boobs, the figure, great. The
yeah.
boobs too much. Like I
Yeah,
just
too
and
much
the whole
attention drawn to it because like I don't even mind when they have big like Tsunade has big breasts, you know what I mean? Like in Naruto, but
yeah.
it's not every time she's in the frame, they're not doing fucking quick zooms on it and shit like that to like draw attention to just that. Like, you know what I mean? That's like I don't mind fan service. This is like when you said about Fairy Tail, I think that it does have more fan service than Fairy Tail, but just because of the sense of there's no point in the fan service behind Luca at all. Where the Fairy Tail fan service is female characters who still have like a very heavy and an influential role in the anime, an important role. They're not like useless at all. Not that she really is, because
Fair,
she did do
fair.
her job when it came to fighting or volleyball or anything. That she did her job with that. It was just everything else she was like air on. I did like her episode though with Fafnir where he invited her over to do the pictures for his book that he wanted to draw for his volume 2
Oh
of the
yeah.
book. He was like, I heard that if I have a thought on here, I'll sell more copies.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. All right. So yeah, when season 3 airs, are you going to watch or like are you going to watch season 3 weekly or are you going to watch it when it's wrapped up?
when does it air? You know, offhand?
It's not a it doesn't have a
No
release
date in,
date
no
yet.
yet. If it's something where like so like right now I have like almost like starting tomorrow actually, I have like an anime every single fucking day of the week. So like if it falls on an off day where I don't have an anime to catch up on, I'll definitely watch it. Or if it's on a season where I don't really have anything to watch, I'm definitely gonna watch it. I'll watch it weekly if I'm not busy. Regardless, I'm gonna watch season 3 though because I'm already caught up. So why not? Like it's gonna give me content to talk about on the
Yeah.
podcast and stuff like that. So I'll definitely I enjoyed it enough to even just enjoy season 3. Like I'm not watching it to hate watch it like I do with Boruto. So,
Mhm. Mhm.
but yeah, I don't think it's one that Isabel would ever watch. I think if I cut out all of the parts, if I just cut Luca completely out, I think she would enjoy it. I think if I just skipped as soon as Luca came on the screen, I think if I skipped it, I think Isabel would enjoy it.
My wife thought so too. She was like, those she's a little ridiculous. Like she's a little too much."
Yeah,
And I was like, "Well, that's anime girls."
yeah.
But she's a little more on the extreme. All right. What are the 5 things that you liked the most about it?
The animation was good the whole way through, even through season 1. Like even when they're just chilling, making food, like the omelet rice and shit looked good. Intro and outro music all around was decent. I didn't have a problem with it. I preferred the season 2 intro more than season 1 intro. I don't know. Is that a hot take?
Season 2 was a good outro or
Yeah, I,
intro.
I, I like season 2 more than season 1 for sure. Um, I think. Well, obviously, I like the dynamic between those two, Kobayashi and Toru. That it never became like Toru never became like I'm doing all these chores for you and you're ungrateful. You know what I mean? Even though Kobayashi there was points where she was ungrateful. I like that it never devolved into that like petty bullshit because it's like, yeah, well, I never asked you to live in my fucking house, Toru. Like you invited yourself to
Yeah.
live here forever, and then invited 4 more motherfuckers to live in this house with me now. Like,
Toru is perfectly content with putting her dirty laundry in her mouth and using the saliva to get stains out.
yeah.
She is totally content. All right, so what else?
I liked uh Fafnir. I like the relationship between Fafnir and the other guy where he's like, I don't fuck with any humans except this one human who's mad good at video games. He's cool. Also, he can give me a nickname. Also, fuck everybody else. And then when that man's tried to give him the little ball to get him into the contract, that little magic ball the kid gave him, and Fafnir just
Mhm.
ate that shit. And he was like, what were you thinking about doing with that, bro?
What were you thinking? That was actually a question I was going to ask you. Is what did you think about um, Fafnir and um, I literally just said his name a few minutes
I
like
can't remember his name
a
either.
few minutes. Like what did you think about their dynamic, their relationship that they
I like
somehow
that they
found
just
themselves
gamed
in?
together. I like that they just gamed together and chilled. Like that was a perfect couple to like balance each other.
And Fafnir doesn't need sleep, so he can just fucking crunch levels like all
Yeah,
day,
just
all
grinding
night.
all day
Just
long. Yeah. And he was like, "Well, I'm
they
going to
both
work." He was like, "I'm going to sleep now." And Fafnir was like, "That's fine. I'm gonna keep playing."
and they live off of that like. And I also like the little thing that Fafnir doesn't like spicy food. So when they have that like instant curry, it has to be mild because he
Yeah,
can't.
he always said everything's
Yeah,
mild. Anytime Toru cooks, it's mild.
yeah, like he can't do spiciness. I thought that was really funny. All right, that's a good list. What are the five things you disliked? Obviously know one Lukawa was
Honestly, the
obviously
only thing I
yeah,
fucking disliked was Lukua. That's it. Well,
yeah,
Lukua and the lolly shit. I hated. I liked Kana as a character, but every time they took it too far with the girl being obsessed with Kana, that's one thing. Like in Spy Family, that girl's obsessed with Anya, right? Like
yeah,
she wants to
but
be
it's
Anya's
not.
best. It's not over the fucking top. Like that's the
It's
limit. You
not.
know what I mean?
Yeah, I did notice that with DragonMaid because they do have the little girl and her friend, which is like who's like obsessed. Clearly, you know,
Yeah,
Anya
like
and Tanya,
passes the
they're
fuck
both
out. Yeah,
they're both like the best of them, so of course they're gonna be drawn to them. But whereas Spy Family, she's just like, oh, she's awesome. Like I want to be
yeah.
friends with her. And then DragonMaid,
It's like
she's
in love.
like I want to touch her. Like
Yeah,
I want to be a part of her.
yeah.
It was I can see how you wouldn't have liked that.
But yeah, that was genuinely those two things are the only two things I didn't like. Didn't like, and I still
Very
enjoyed
good.
Kana as a character because like realistically, that wasn't that much of it where like she was in there being because the other girls in it a lot, but she's not always fucking annoying. It's only every now and then.
Yeah, yeah. All right, all right. Next question. What were your thoughts on Toru and Elma's relationship leading up to the big fight?
Um, I
Like,
like that. I
did
like that.
you?
I liked at first because at first I was on kind of on Elma's team where like they're humans, like fuck them shits, like they're humans, like I don't give a fuck. They're gonna feed me. Why would I'll just be a god. I don't give a fuck. But then and I was on that team the whole way up until the end of the fight when Toru explains like you weren't doing it for the humans, you were doing it for yourself. You're being selfish as fuck, which is not what a harmony dragon is supposed to be about. You weren't keeping peace or doing anything like that. You were literally just they were fucking you were ruling by fear.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
they didn't love you like that. They didn't want you to fucking turn into a dragon and murder everybody.
yeah. You just wanted to grub out. That's all you wanted.
Yeah.
Like you
Which
just
I don't
wanted to
blame her
sleep in a
for.
nice bed. Yeah, I mean, hey, you do you. You
I
know,
like
she
that
just
they
wanted to.
tied that in from her because you find out that she has a dessert addiction like way before you find out that that was her thing back in the day was like that was what made her go fuck with humans in the first place was because the food was so good.
Yeah, she loves food.
Yeah. So I like how they tied that together with how she like she never dropped that. She still fucks with humans because the food is good as fuck.
Yeah, I like in season one when she first comes in and Toru transports her to somewhere and just dips, you know, just closes the portal like, she's fine. And then
Yeah.
she comes back the next day and she's like, I have this whole thing of sweet buns or whatever. If you can have them if you leave. And she's like, okay, bye, and just like
Oh my
leaves out the
god.
door.
I loved that too when Elma was refusing to help Toru fight. And then Kobayashi was like, I'll give you this whole thing if you go save Toru right now. Don't let her fight. Don't let her fight on her own. I forget who she was fighting
Yeah.
though. Who was she fighting?
Um,
It wasn't Illumni, was it?
it might have
Or
been. It
Lulu.
might
The
have been.
first time when she showed up in the city, because I remember Lulu showed up mad aggressive the first time.
Yeah, she was looking to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might have been her scene. I just the little side scenes that the show has, I think, is really what makes it funny. Like Elma trying to decide which dessert she wants to buy at the station. Which limited one, and she has only a small amount of money, so she's like, which one do I buy? Which one do I
Well,
buy?
dude, even just
And
the
she just
fact she tries to unionize her entire workplace so that she can get off an hour earlier so she can buy the special desserts.
yep. It's I mean, hey, you got to get that food somehow.
Yeah, that shit was
Yeah,
so funny.
yeah, Elma is definitely one of my top favorite characters of the show. I thought she had a lot of um really funny moments. So I definitely agree with you. Um so would you recommend this to somebody? Like if someone's like, "Hey, what's a good thing to watch?" Would you recommend Dragon Maid to somebody?
I would recommend a DragonMaid, not to a female, obviously, male only probably, unless I knew that was like more into her taste. But it's kind of a wild one to recommend to a female. I think
Yeah.
yeah, I would recommend Dragon. Someone if I was talking to someone like Ash, who I know is a big slice of life person, or Samasa, who I know is a big slice of life person, I would definitely recommend to it. But there would be a very hard warning of the Lolly and the Luca. But yeah, I think it's worth the 24 episodes. I mean, it was more worth it than Eurocamp. I'm sorry, I know that's gonna upset a lot of people, but Eurocamp was fucking boring as shit.
Well, it was a little boring. It's
Yeah.
just, I mean, that was the pinnacle of slice of life. Just
Yeah,
nothing really
literally.
happening.
Literally, that's it. No other
Just,
co-category, nothing. Slice of life. That's all you're
just,
getting.
just, just every day. So
Literally,
my
day by
my
day.
my last question is actually kind of something that I did when this episode came out. So the episode where Kana goes to New York and
Yeah.
she's shredding it on the half pipe. She's beating up gang members. She's seeing the Statue of Liberty, Central Park, all that stuff. When Kana comes back and Toru's like, "Yeah, I know you were there. I was watching you the whole
I
time."
loved that.
Did you rewind the episode and go back and see if you could spot her?
No, I didn't, but only because I was at work when I watched that episode, so I couldn't effectively do it. Like I knew it would take time to go back and do it, so I didn't.
So
But
if you actually do it, each scene, like, you can spot her in every scene.
hell yeah, I love that so much.
It's like a tie-in to Where's Waldo.
Yeah,
I thought
because
it was so funny.
I forgot to write that in, but I did love that reveal when she was like, "Yeah, I was watching you the whole time. You were safe." Like, I fucking love them showing the pictures of her in the background. Like, they gave like 4 examples.
Yeah. And did you so also a tie-in kind of because it also deals with that episode, the aftermath. What were your thoughts on the OVA episode where the girl travels to Japan and, does all that stuff with with them,
I I
which
liked I liked all of the OVAs. The only OVA I didn't enjoy was that fucking Valentine's Day episode.
yeah,
That was
that's
an
fair.
OVA,
That's
right?
fair.
That was an OVA. That's what I
Yeah, that was
thought.
an OVA.
Yeah, because
So
the
were those like
Crunchyroll was a little
those little
while in with the
1 minute
things.
shorts? Yeah, it was a lot, and then the final episode of season 2, the whole, they're at the cherry blossom field and they're all
Yeah,
drinking and just having a great time, and then all of a
Isabel
sudden
loved that episode.
she all of a sudden uh Kobayashi has a wedding dress on and Toru changes her scales to look like a wedding dress, and she's like, "Will you marry me?" and chases her down, and it ends with Kobayashi and Kobayashi running away with a smile on her face, Toru running after Kobayashi, and then everybody else running after Toru.
Yeah, I did. I'm excited. I'm excited for the next season for sure. I didn't read any of the manga. I don't think I'm gonna read the manga for it. I'll just wait for
I
the
wouldn't.
anime.
If you don't, I mean, you saw the snippets of some of the colored ones that I got.
I actually looked through one of the color ones the other day. I went out to the bookstore. I found the colored series out there.
Yeah,
I
so
was flipping around.
it only does, it's not every chapter. They're like, certain chapters, but there's a lot more fan service and etchiness in the manga than
I believe you off that one panel I saw from you in your
yeah,
Discord.
the I'm out, and that's one of the things that I actually admire the most about that show is KyoAni knew. So they don't. I mean, KyoAni did K-On! I mean, they 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 have that. That's their standard. They don't really do a lot of like etchy stuff. So they somehow made a fantastic show and was also able to basically cut out most of the etchy out of the manga,
Yeah,
and it didn't affect the overall the overall arc of the show. And that was one of the things, because I don't mind etchy, but when it's overly done, it's too much.
yeah, I feel you.
And the fact that there really wasn't anything in Dragon Maid made me really, that's really what you know I appreciated
The
a
most
lot
about
more
it.
of anything else.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel you.
so you ranked it, you got it about a 7.5.
I would say 7.5. If you cut out all of Luca, probably about an 8.25. I would be comfortable giving it. We'll see what season 3 does. Could bump it up to an 8.25 with Luca in it if they
Yeah,
like lower it
and
a little bit. You know.
that is a higher score than I thought you were going to give it. I thought it was probably, knowing you and your taste and how you feel about certain things, I was like, I know that he's not going to like this. He might like this. He's definitely not going to like that.
Yeah.
I was really thinking you were going to probably put it somewhere around a 6, like a 6 flat. So, a 7.5, potential more
The
depending.
things that bumped it up, because I did have it around a 6.5, but towards the end of season 2, that big fight with Elma bumped it up a lot because I'm a big fight boy. I fucking love my good fight, especially with the
Oh,
animation
yeah.
level that was in was insane. Um, and then the medicine episode, I enjoyed that a lot. Like you said, the last episode with the wedding dress, hearing about Toru's backstory with her dad was cool. Like there's a lot of stuff in the second half of season 2 that really gave it that like extra point bump up for me. And there was a lot less Luca in the second half of season 2 as well.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, like when I look back on it, like I really did enjoy everybody except for that mage family. But that was about it. Like I really did fuck with
Yeah,
all the rest of the characters.
yeah, I could honestly, I like I said, one of the things that I love the most about, I'm a big, when it comes to character design, I like eyes.
Yeah,
You
and I
know,
like her. I like her design. That's the thing that sucks is I fuck with Luca's design.
like all of the characters, all of the dragons, I love their eyes. I love the intensity of the colors, their shape, how there's different colors in them. I really really like Luca's eyes, how they were just two completely different eyes.
Yeah,
Um and I wish that we knew more about her backstory. We kind of have an idea that, she was a goth.
season
She
3.
was a
Come on,
god
season
basically
3.
that fell from grace, and there's that thing where she can't drink because I think that has something to do with it. Um, so I wish we knew more about like her backstory. Um, but I could do without her character.
Yeah,
If season 3 comes on and they don't have her, I'm not going to be like, oh no, where is she? I'm going to be like, all right,
rebel.
let's, it is what it is.
Yeah,
All right. Well, you know what? Like I said, that's a lot better of a score than I thought you were going to
yeah.
give
And
it.
honestly, I thought what. So what did you say you gave Cyberpunk? I'm a fucking idiot. Spy Family
Oh,
overall.
Cyberpunk. Woo,
Edge
man,
Runners
Cyberpunk.
is built different, bro.
Oh man, it really is. I got SpyFamily around a 7.5.
Yes, yeah.
7.8.
I do think that. See, I gave Spy Family a 9 because I've never ever had a little like a child in anime like make me adore them that much. Like Anya is the most adorable fucking anime character I've ever experienced in my life, bro. Like we literally, her stuffy that she carries around, we bought one for our incoming girl.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it's literally in her crib
Hilarious.
waiting for her already because I had to have that shit. But
Have you seen the Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting?
the Yakuza's
Have you
Guide to
watched that one
Babysitting?
yet?
No, no, I don't think so.
The little girl in that episode or in that anime is fucking adorable. She's also like she's right up there with Anna and Kanya or Anna
Hana,
and Kana.
hell
She's
yeah.
she's right up there. She's
If you
just
DM it to
wholesome.
me on Discord the name of it because I'm gonna forget. If you DM it to me, I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah, it just wrapped up.
Oh, what season 1?
Yep.
Easy peasy. Because yeah, I like that
Yeah, yeah.
style. Like I really like Way of a House Husband, that Yakuza like day in the life style
Oh
anime.
yeah. And yeah, we had a whole talk about the Yakuza's or the Way of the House Husband.
Yeah,
That shit is super underrated.
I love it.
Um, yeah, that's I think I'm happy with the score you gave it.
Yeah, I
I'm happy
think
with the score that I gave
this was like the
Spy
best
Family. I
possible
mean,
outcome for the Blood Pact. I think we both enjoyed it.
yeah,
It was both fun. We both good
I was
animes.
not I was not disappointed at all. Like I really wasn't I wasn't at the end of it. I wasn't thinking, "Oh, I was genuinely, happy with how the show is going.
Yeah,
I
same.
like I said, the school thing, I didn't really care for it, honestly.
But it did give us
But
the dodgeball episode, so
it did I
you
did
gotta
give
give
up
it. You gotta give it some points. That dodgeball episode
that
is
that
crazy.
that dodgeball episode was probably the best game. And you know what's funny is DragonMaid also has a
Yeah,
game in the
do a
episode,
lot of they do a lot of games, honestly.
and they fucking wrecked them. Like, yeah, I'm perfectly content with waiting for Core 2 to come out and watch it. I'm definitely gonna put that on my weekly list.
Oh yeah,
Um,
worth it.
you know, now that the One Piece grind is over,
Yeah, now that
I
it's all
can
wrapped up.
I can focus on the seasonals that are coming up this October in like a week.
Yeah, I know, dude. Did you see our list already that we put out?
I'll have to check it out
And
because there's so many.
yeah, it's a
There's so
lot.
much anime coming out. There's
I don't
like
even know where I
I
fucking
think
put the
I've
stupid
counted
list at.
somewhere around like 60 plus different shows coming out.
Well, I need
And
you. Actually, I need you to look over my list and see if there's anything on the, because I have like 2 empty days. I think where I should have something in there. I think, but so Sunday we got One Peak. Obviously, every Sunday without a doubt, One Piece for life. Straw till I fucking die. Monday we don't have anything. So if you have anything on a Monday, we're looking to fill Mondays.
all right.
Tuesday we have Spy Family, My Hero Academia, and Blue Lock. You checking out any of them?
Other than Spy Family, I don't care for. I'm not a big sports watcher.
Yeah, I'm
When
not
it comes
either,
to anime.
honestly. But I'm gonna try
I
it.
So I will check out the first episode of a lot of the shows that are coming out. I will watch the first episode.
Yeah,
My Hero, you lost me on that seasons ago. Um,
yeah,
but I will watch the first episode of Blue Lock because I've heard too many good things to ignore it. It's
feel
not
you.
to say that I'm going to stick with it because sports, I don't know, it's something about sports anime. It's hard for me to connect with.
Yeah. And then Wednesday we have the Gundam remake coming out. I'm gonna be
I will
watching
watch
that.
that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching that. I'm gonna tune into that for sure. Thursday we got Bleach starting next
I
week.
I think if you didn't watch the Gundam, Psych would come after you.
Yes, I'm not a big Gundam fan, but that's because of how rough the animation is. So I am gonna rewatch them with this new animation and give it another
Yeah,
shot.
yeah. I'm psychotic. I'm thinking of you. Gonna make sure that he watches that.
Good
Yeah,
luck, good luck.
I'm not a big fan of mech.
Yeah,
I just
Same,
but
samesies.
Gundam is kind of in a league of its own. You know,
Yeah,
it's like one of the pioneer animes. You know, so I'm gonna definitely watch the new one that's coming out.
have to.
And
Thursdays is
Thursday you got
Bleach.
Bleach?
Bleach, yep. 1,000 Year Blood War arc. You gonna watch that?
No,
No, what?
no. I I would rather watch Naruto
Crazy hot take at
Shippuden.
the end of this fucking episode.
I would rather watch Shippuden than Bleach. I don't like Bleach. I
I'm
think
gonna
it's
have you
good.
back on and not tell you, and we're gonna have a Bleach intervention for you. You're not even gonna know. You're gonna
I
show up. You're
I
gonna show up thinking it's a DragonMaid season 3 review. It's gonna be a Bleach intervention.
I remember watching it on Toonami, and I was just like, or no, it was Adult Swim at that time. It was on at night, and I was like, this is fucking garbage. Like I
Skip
don't
the
like
filler.
this.
Skip the filler. I think Bleach is one of those where even if you don't like it, because I agree with you, it's not what everyone hypes it the fuck up to be. But I do think it. I do believe that it is a must watch. Um, but
I like the character designs.
it's one of those. Just go on the fucking online and look up the thing that where it cuts out all the filler episodes and just watch it without all the filler, because it's only like 150 episodes without all the filler, or like 200 episodes without all the filler.
It's a lot of filler.
Yeah, it is a lot of filler. It's like 40
That is a
or
lot.
38% filler,
That's an insane amount of
42%.
filler. Still lower than Naruto, I think.
Or
But
one of them, I think Bleach is actually 42%, and I think Naruto is 38%. And then One Piece, only 9%, saying One Piece, like the longest one.
I
Oh
thought
no, 1,000 episodes, no filler, you
I
know what I'm
thought
saying?
I thought Naruto had more filler than Bleach did.
Naruto is 700 episodes, and about 300 of it are filler, where Bleach is about 370 some episodes, and about like 170 plus are filler, like 170, 180 are filler.
So yeah, that does make the level of filler a little bit high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll probably not watch that one.
They're better at hiding it than Naruto is. They're better at making their filler seem like it's part of the story when it's not. When Naruto is completely obvious when it's filler.
Yeah. I definitely agree. I think I might check it out. I might check out season I might go back and watch it. I'm looking for another long one to watch.
Well, if
So
you think we can do another blood pack, you know what I'm saying? If you think of a long one that I haven't seen that you want a blood pack trade for the Bleach no fillers, or you know what I'm saying? We can figure something out off
let
screen here,
me
off cam. Think
yeah,
something up.
I'll look I'll do some digging around and see what a kind of a long running 100+
Ones
episode.
that you fuck with, yeah.
Yeah. I know that there's some. All right, so what do you got Friday?
Friday, Chainsaw Man. We are actually gonna try to do live reactions to Chainsaw Man. Hopefully, it's gonna be a little harder as well as pregnancy and everything. We'll work it out. It might be me and only me sometimes, but we'll see. But yeah, I don't know anything about the manga at all for Chainsaw Man, so I'll be strictly anime only, just completely fresh. I don't know a single spoiler at all. So if you like Chainsaw Man, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Same as everything else, Sugoi Summit. Check it out. And then
Yeah.
Saturday is Mob 3.
Yes. I
Can't
am
wait.
I'm very excited for Chainsaw Man and Mob Psycho season 3. I I don't know which one I'm more excited about when it comes to like One Punch Man season 3 or Mob Psycho season 3. Like I don't like I love One Punch Man, so I'm really excited for that one, but I love the comedy of
Mob.
the way that they do Mob Psycho.
I'd probably
So
say Mob just because this is the final season of Mob, where I think One Punch Man, we're going to get 1 or 2 more seasons of One Punch Man.
oh, I hope so. But dude, Chainsaw Man is gonna, dude. That's gonna take down the internet. I'm telling you that.
We'll see. I literally don't
Wow.
know fucking anything at all. I don't know a single spoiler at all, other than
Yeah, because
this dude got
you haven't read the
chainsaws.
manga.
No, nothing. I not even just read the manga. I've purposely avoided every spoiler because I was feeling. I know it's popular. People want to see it. People love it. It's going to be like My Hero Academy levels of popularity, at least. You know what I mean? My Hero Jujutsu Kaisen, it's on that level of popularity already. Demon Slayer. And the hype for it, you know what I'm saying, for the anime's first season's on the same level as when Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen's first seasons were coming out. And I just know that that will be a good one for me to live react to. And I get into my live reactions, you know what I mean? Like when I do them, I'm not going to pay attention to the stream, the chat, nothing. It's just me, the anime, and that's it. And I'll
Yeah,
deal with
yeah,
chat afterwards. But
yeah. That's the best way to do it. Just pay attention to pay attention to the anime, and that's it.
yeah,
Well, yeah, man, I think that's a great list you got. I really do think, you guys got some stacked stuff. I know that there's a couple more that I think you and Isabel would really like.
definitely let me
So
know.
I'll definitely send you some good ones that are about to come out that you gotta throw in some slice of life um in that list. And
For sure.
there's definitely some good ones coming out. Definitely, I know you guys should definitely check out the Saints Powers Omnipotent. Season 2's coming out. I think you guys would really, really like the overall wholesomeness of the first season. Um, and yeah, I think you guys should definitely watch that before season 2 comes out.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down to check out a lot of shit. I'm in a very anime heavy mood right now. Isabel just finished Death Note. So we'll be
There you go. There you go.
reviewing that on the next podcast. A little teaser for the next one that Isabel's on. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. Edge Runners, fucking Death Note, all kinds of shit to talk about.
One of the most perfect animes I've ever seen in a very, very, very long time.
Yeah, Isabel's gonna have. She has a lot of nice things, and she also has a couple not so nice things to say about it. But
Yeah,
mainly
I
nice things.
can.
Mainly nice things.
There's a couple things I didn't like about it, but there was more that I did like about it than
For sure,
the pros definitely outweighed the cons on
bro.
with
There's
Edge Runners.
there's this Ryuk statue that we keep coming across for $50 out of the store. It gets harder and harder every time I see it to not leave with it.
You know what? You know me and figures.
Yeah, I know,
The
I
only
do.
thing I can the only thing I can tell you is imagine walking into that store and seeing that it's not there anymore. So you gotta sometimes you just have to tell yourself, you know what, I gotta do this for me, and and just do it, because you know that if you walk in there and it's gone, you're gonna have that
I'm a
regret of
dude. I'm
I
after
should have bought it.
after we end the podcast, I'm gonna show you these two statues because it is, dude. They're two. It's a Ryuk statue, and he's like sitting on top of a building, and it's a L statue where he's sitting in a throne, but he's sitting in his weird ass little L way. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen that one.
Oh my god! And it's like,
Dude,
yeah, that one's like 35, and the Ryuk one's like 50 or 55, and the Ryuk one's big as shit.
dude, you gotta just do it, man.
I fucking know, dude.
Just
I need
you
to
gotta
finish
just do
framing
it.
the One Piece statues though. Or the frames, the wanted posters. That's what I've been working on right now for the collection.
I gotta frame mine too. Like but they're like a weird size. They're like 11 by like
You
13
just gotta,
point
you
something.
gotta 11 by 12 them, bro. Because I got the same ones. It
Yeah,
sounds like I got the same ones you did. I bought 11 by 12 frames and then just sharpied out around the edges that didn't fit because you're never gonna find frames that
yeah, yeah.
fit the fucking
So it's
things.
either I'm gonna have to like a white drop, or I'm gonna have to like Sharpie cut
Yeah,
my
I literally
you
just
know.
sharpied in the difference, and you can't tell, you can't see it because it's only like it's less than a quarter inch on the top and the bottom. The sides it pretty much covers. If you want to, I'll send you
Yeah,
the link because it sounds like you have the same exact ones we do. But I found
yeah,
a link
probably.
for it was 5 frames for $20, so it was a good
Shit,
price. It was a
that's
beautiful
that's not a bad
price.
price.
No, and it was the ones that I
So
had posted the picture of them already. So
yeah, those look good. Yeah, I wanna frame them. I already have a spot that I know exactly where I'm gonna put them.
let's fucking go.
Once I get that once I get that full Luffy display shrine that I'm basically working on, I got a spot for them. I have a couple other One Piece figures that I haven't told you about that should be here pretty soon. And when they do show up, it's gonna blow your
You're
mind.
fucking blow
I'll
my
just, I'll
goddamn
just,
mind.
I'm just telling you, man. Like you're gonna wet yourself with jealousy.
Oh, I already know I'm
Man,
going to. I already know I'm going to. I need to get a whole new
I'm
dresser. I need more space for the manga and the statues. Oh, Y'all hear that? You hear that alarm, everybody? You know what that means? That means the subathon's over. That means we ran out of time. 11 hours into
No
the
more.
stream. 11 hours into
No
the
more.
live stream.
Good job. That was a long. That was a long day.
Yeah. And it's still going
Like,
too. For
I
now.
mean, I was up here in the VC at like 10 in the morning, and you're fucking eating hot sauce and stuff.
Yeah, I was eating fucking ghost pepper salsa to start off the day.
That'll wake you up. Yeah, I think I'm very happy with this pact. I think both of these choices were really good choices. Um, Dragon Maid is hands down, other than One Piece, like it's a tie.
Yeah.
Dragon Maid One Piece
You're
as my
fucking
number one of all time.
wild, but
Like I
Ugh.
love I love Dragon Maid so much. It's like
on a
it's my
One Piece
go-to.
level is crazy. But
Yeah, it
I get
is.
it. I get
It
it. I get it.
well, I mean, it used to be something else, but then
But you've only done one
One
watch
Piece.
through of One Piece, right?
I've only done one watch through.
All
Yeah.
right, all right, all right.
And that took me a solid 9 months.
Yeah.
So if I was to do it again, it would definitely take me longer because I wouldn't grind it so
Name the
hard.
color of the room, sir.
Um,
Go ahead, go ahead.
and yeah, it's right up there. I love that anime, and I know that you have Spy Family up
Alexa,
super high.
change the color to purple. Go ahead, go ahead.
So
Ignore me.
you have this anime up really high, and I have this one up really high. So I think it meshed well, and I think the result was, you know, a lot better than I was thinking. You enjoyed it, I enjoyed it. We're both happy, walking away happy, and that's the best you can
That's
do.
the
That's the
best
best you can
outcome
do.
possible. Yeah, for sure.
It
Well,
wasn't like you like, oh fuck you can't. That shit was boring.
yeah, Eurocamp Ash. He's in my chat right now. Ash just appeared.
He's like, oh, just as long as you don't badmouth Fruit Basket, I think
We're
his
straight.
feelings
We're
won't
straight.
get too hurt.
But Anime of the Week, thank you again for coming on the summit. I appreciate the Blood Pact. It was a fun ass time. I'm still down to chill here for a little bit after outside the you know what I'm saying, the podcast. Definitely gonna dab up with you while I see you're smoking, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. I just keep it going. I got like I roll like a couple blunts in the day, and then at the end of the day, I'm just like, all right,
see what's
I'm just
left.
gonna, yeah, I'm done. I'm shutting my brain off.
But thank you for coming on. I appreciate you. As always, it was a good time of you coming on the summit. Hopefully we can break that record with this episode like we were almost did with the last one. The last one still has a chance too. Still has a chance there. So if you
Well,
guys haven't listened to the last one yet with him when we made the Blood Pact, come on now.
these are two pretty popular animes. They're also so a lot of people talk about
He's
Spy
right.
Family, but not a lot of people like Dragon Maid, but not a lot of people talk about Dragon Maid. So I think a lot of people are going to be interested to know what your take on it is, seeing
Yeah,
how
especially
most
someone
people
who's
know what.
not. I'm not a slice of life person typically. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. So I think it'll get up there.
yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm always honestly. We've been this year. The growth honestly with the podcast this year has been amazing, and I appreciate everyone that fucking listens to it every week. Like, there's literally times where I'll release the episode now, and like within 24 hours, without me even promoting it, already is like 5 or 6 listens. Like, I didn't even say
Well, I
shit
get a
yet. So
I get a notification the second it's uploaded on Spotify. Like the second it's
fuck
available on
yes,
Spotify, I
love that.
immediately get a notification on my phone, and I queue it up. Right in the morning. So as soon as I get to work, pop the headphones on, and just listen to it.
Hell yeah. And we do have some big things like planned for the podcast too. Like as like I'm seeing more people are interested in it, I'm not just gonna be stagnant, you know what I mean? I'm gonna continue to push what I'm doing with it, the podcast and whatnot. So we have a One Piece game quiz coming up, as you
Let's
know, and a lot of other people
go.
know. Um yeah, we'll have a lot of past contestants and a couple new people on. But it's gonna be fun as fuck for sure. I'm 20 questions, all pre-time skip for the first one. We're gonna do a post-time skip quiz also. And I think that's something that we'll keep doing throughout too, to see who has like the straw hat. I'll make a roll for it, like current straw hat, holder or something like that in the Discord.
We'll make a belt and mail it to each winner.
Yeah, every every fucking month, switch it around. But
yeah, I love being on the pod. You know, I love you have me on. I appreciate it. You know, I love just spitting random stuff. I think this is the least One Piece we've ever discussed.
For sure, the least. I think in the whole history of the summit, the least.
Like, even just like sitting in a regular VC, I feel like we talk more about One Piece than anything else.
Yeah, today,
So,
yeah, for sure. We definitely do.
The fact that we can still tie things into One Piece, but unfortunately, this wasn't a King of the Pirates episode.
Yeah,
But that'll be next time. That's gonna be a fun game show, though. I'm our quiz night. That's gonna be a good time. I'm looking forward to that one.
it's gonna be fun. There will be a prize as well. I have a One Piece card prize set out for the winner.
Ooh, there you go. There you go.
So we'll see. Give it.
I have high hopes. I have high hopes for Justin because he's gonna be like really fresh.
So he's gonna be really fresh. Yeah, he's literally like right at the end. I think once he's done Marineford, I'll try to plan the date because we have all the contestants now. Not gonna tell him yet. I still have about 3 more questions I want to add on to it that I'm just flushing out. You know what I mean? I'm making sure they're fair but not easy. Only the true straw hat.
There's so much in the pre-time skip. Like, there's so much
lore
that you could
insane.
question. So it's like when you're like talking about like 20 questions, like I don't even know. Like I genuinely can't even think of a question that you might ask because there's so much that happens.
Yeah, I would say if you were gonna go back and brush up on the big hitters. You know what I mean? Don't look at Barate, look at Fish, look at Arlong Park, look at Skypiea, Alabasta. You know, the big hitters of pre-time skip era. Saboti.
Yeah, you're gonna throw a goddamn curveball and throw in the Foxy Pirates in there somewhere.
No, fuck the fire. I won't even acknowledge that shit exists. I'll throw up Syrup Village before I throw Foxy Pirates in that bitch.
I was gonna ask a question about Luffy's.
I'll ask you what fucking Captain Kuro's prescription glasses were before I ask you anything about the Foxy Pirates.
Jesus Christ! Oh man, I can't even. So yeah, that'll be a good time. I might have to kind of go through the finer points.
Brush up.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind watching the first 200 episodes again. That shit was great.
Yeah, well, you could do it in movie form too, honestly. So yeah, you bang out them 3 movies: Alabasta movie, Skypiea movie, golden. East Blue movie, set.
Yeah, I can, and I think those are on somewhere. I know that they're on some platform.
They're on Crunchyroll. All of them are on Crunchyroll, except the Alabasta one. But the East Blue and Skypiea are.
And Stampede isn't on Crunchyroll, which I don't understand why they don't have that one on yet. But hey, at least we know the Crunchyroll will eventually get film red. So hey,
yeah. I can't fucking wait, bro. I'm gonna see that shit 15 times in the theaters.
I'm gonna take the day off and just spend it all day in the theater.
Fly to Pennsylvania, fly to PA, and we'll go see it together.
That's a good investment of $1,200.
Exactly, worth it, bro. Worth it. I'll cook too.
Totally worth it.
All right, thank you for coming on, everyone. As always, be safe traveling down from the summit, and peace.